You're listening to the best of the Rob, Arnie, and Dawn Show.
Before I take this phone call, let me just say there are certain things you should not question. One of them is Arnie and my combined knowledge about the movie Airplane. There are other things, such as Cheers, baseball, that Arnie and I can combine our brain power. Yes. And always have the answer. Not one of us perhaps on our own, but together we're always right. But we'll give this guy a try. Oh, he hung up. Okay then, Nick. You're going to have to paraphrase for us. Because I noticed, by the way, the phones went nuts right after that last segment on Airplane.
Yes.
And everyone hung up during the commercial break. What were they all calling to say?
They were calling to say that we were wrong about the horse thing, the issue of was there a person or lady that slept with a thing? And they said that did happen. Rob is wrong. That did happen.
Now, let me be very clear, since we are experts on the movie Airplane. What Dawn said wasn't there a person who slept with an animal or had sex with an animal and then was smoking the cigarette? Smoking the cigarette, the key there. The scene in Airplane, and this is what you were thinking of, I'm almost sure, Dawn.
Because you know me.
Is in the cockpit. After the Julie Haggerty, the female lead of the movie, had to reinflate.
Yeah, you smartasses out there. How many of you know that was her name?
Had to reinflate the autopilot in a very sexual way. And then you see them both smoking a cigarette. That's the only scene with the cigarette reference that Dawn made.
Right.
There is also in that movie another very funny scene where the captain's pilot, the pilot's wife, Captain Over's wife, is called because there's a problem on the plane and she's at home sleeping. And she wakes up and she takes the call, and then after she hangs up, she rolls over and there's a live horse
oh, God.
lying next to her.
And says, you need to let yourself out.
That's a different scene.
Yeah, I was not thinking of that at all.
Hello, Brian.
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Great. How about you?
There is a scene with the girl actually in the plane, and she says she's sitting next to the priest, and she says, I've never had sex with a man before. And then later on, you see her again, and there's a donkey sitting next to her.
That is Airplane 2, sir. That is Airplane 2. Do not question our knowledge of Airplane. I know that scene. It's Airplane 2.
Airplane 2 was a fine movie. I'm not going to take anything away from it, but it's not Airplane. Okay? Okay, people? It had to do with the space shuttle and William Shatner. So, not Airplane. So don't bring it up anymore.
It's a funny scene. It's fine. Whatever.
Are you sure it's Airplane 2?
She just questioned you.
Let me ask you, fellow expert, am I wrong?
No.
No, that's not in Airplane.
No, I just don't want you two to be wrong. I don't want people to chastise
you. As I said, one of us on our own, maybe not, but the two of us combined, we are absolutely right.
Which Airplane movie was it, Rob, where the nun was reading Boy's life and
Airplane.
the boy was reading Nun's life?
That's the original Airplane. And that's what people get these things confused because there were so many jokes that they tried to retell in Airplane 2. They used the nun again, but this time with the donkey love.
And what was on the cover of Nun's life?
I was going to say the boy surfing.
No.
That's Boy's life.
Yes, but on Nun's life, it is a
nun surfing.
Yes.
Right? Okay, that's the joke. All right, very good. Hello, Jake. Good morning.
Terrible.
Yes, I know. Oh, was this somebody else who was going to say?
You got anything there, buddy?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Okay. Hello, Rick. Good morning.
Rick.
All these people called. They stayed on the phone long enough to give our phone screener their names because they were going to say how wrong we were, but now they don't want to. Hello, Dave. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. I just want to let you know that both Rob and Arnie are correct. It is Airplane 2 with the donkey.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We appreciate that.
Yes.
Was there an Airplane 3? I don't know. Just Airplane 1 and 2?
I don't think there was there was no Airplane 3.
Do you guys own both movies?
I only own Airplane. No desire to see Airplane 2.
So no
again.
love for the second one?
It's okay. I've seen it 2 or 3 times. It was more than enough. There's a couple,
The funniest part to me in Airplane 2 is when they said, sorry, Scraps can't come on the plane, and they shoot him. The dog dies. Just kidding. And the dog pops right back up.
Hello, Steve. Good morning.
Hey, Arnie, how you doing?
Great. How about you?
Good. Rob, your exact words were that she blew up the co-pilot. She actually blew up the autopilot.
That's the best you got, Steve?
That's about the guy.
I'll give it to you. You're right. I said that the first time when Dawn brought it up. I was wrong to say the co-pilot. I was wrong to say that she inflated the co-pilot. You're right. It was the autopilot. What an idiot I am.
You don't know anything.
Nothing. I don't know donkey about airplane.
Nick, did you get that on tape?
Oh.
Rob calling himself an idiot.
Yeah.
That's very rare.
Yes, I am a fool for not knowing that.
How many times have you guys seen Airplane?
Hundreds.
At least. I think between that, Caddyshack, and for me, Back to School. Remember the Rodney Dangerfield movie?
Oh.
I've seen those movies about 500 times.
Hello, Ronnie. Good morning.
Ronnie, you there?
Yeah, how's it going?
Great.
And I was just wanting to know if you can do me a small favor. Anytime you start talking about the classic and hilarious movie Airplane, turn Dawn's mic off. She hasn't got a clue.
Yeah,
Thank
let's all point out Dawn is the one who ruined
Amen.
the whole airplane movie discussion again
I did
by
not.
getting us off on this
I was
tangent.
asking a legitimate question. And obviously the men that were calling didn't know either. They were challenging you guys as to which airplane it was.
They are not in the men.
Amen.
Rooster
Amen.
eaters.
They would rather eat or rather watch. Never mind.
Hello, Anthony. Good morning.
Anthony.
Good morning, Rob.
Yes, hello, Anthony.
I've been a long-time listener and a first-time caller, and I've got a question for you guys.
Sure.
Why is it you guys are trying to put so much into a movie that's 20 years old?
Because it was a genius movie.
Really?
It was one of the greatest movies of all
Not a
time.
bad film, but it's a 20-year-old film.
Anthony, did you call the American Film Institute last year when they did a big whole 3-hour special about Gone with the Wind, which was a 50-year-old movie?
If I had their phone number, I probably would have.
Well, then go ahead. Because they should have done the special on Airplane.
Anthony, let me ask you a question.
You
Sure.
guy.
You enjoy this show, don't you?
I've enjoyed your show for going on about 7 years now.
Do you find it to be pretty funny?
I love it to death.
Okay, this show, the two funniest characters on this show,
That'd be Arnie and me.
we base our whole career and our comic styling around the movie Airplane.
Kidding me.
Sure.
They live by this movie.
Look at the stupid things that I say, just off a whim. That's total Airplane humor.
Yeah. That's all it is. And when we get a chance to quote the movie and relive what a wonderful classic it is, we take advantage of that.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Anthony.
No problem.
Stop
Right.
listening now.
Goodbye.
Oh, man, they based it on Airplane? What have I been doing for the last 7 years?
7 years. That's great. That's a long time.
Why did we let her even talk?
I have no idea.
I just think it's so neat that someone would stick around for that long.
Keep it to yourself.
If there is ever a movie as classic as Airplane, the next time Arnie and I go to see it, we may go to Kansas City and the new Cinemark Palace movie theater, which on Friday began their new policy.
Topless women.
No more old people.
Close enough. The Palace is now off limits to children. This is the ultimate compromise trend. You parents can't control your goddamn kids in theaters. Fine, go to your own theaters. I love this. This is the greatest thing I have ever heard.
Amen.
Because some of us don't like to go to movies and be disturbed. See, I pay my money that I've earned, and I want to enjoy the movie without somebody kicking the seats or throwing food or going, wah, wah. And since you parents are too rude to get up and take your crying child out of the theater, instead, you do this thing we've talked about so many times. You walk up and down the aisles with the baby while the movie's running, trying to get it to... I guess if you move the child around and bounce it, it gets it to stop crying, although it never seems to work in a theater because, you see, you're hurting and damaging their ears by even taking them to the movie. But that's another discussion, isn't it? Now you get your own theater, and you don't have to deal with jerks like me.
Right.
Isn't that great?
All we're asking for is one theater like this, one big Cineplex like this. That's perfect. That's all we want, one. We don't want them all to be like that.
I love this.
Just one. What's so wrong with that?
See, you know what's wrong with it? It's wrong with it that there's parents that are like that it's come to this.
Why?
Because children are a part of our world. They're a part of our society, and there was a time we all loved children, and because of these parents, no one enjoys going to a movie and sits there and says, "Oh, I love how this baby cries the whole time." No one enjoys that, but it is joyful that there are children around and they're happy and playing.
That doesn't mean they belong everywhere.
But they're quiet in the theater. I wish it was like that, and there were parents that would do that. Now, because there's crappy parents, now children are banned from a theater.
And they still have a movie theater they can go to, just not this one. Too goddamn bad. They're banned from bars, too.
Are you telling me the reason you go to movies is to see children around you? Well, that's what it sounds like.
No.
It's enjoyable to have children around at the movie. I go to the movies to enjoy the movie.
Like in this
course.
dopey culture, there aren't enough opportunities for you to see kids. God, they're everywhere. We've got too many of them in this country.
I just say it's sad.
It's
that
not
it's come
really
to
sad.
a point where
It's
now they're
great.
banned from somewhere because of their parents.
It's joyous that we as adults have somewhere to go that we don't have to experience kids if we don't want to.
Do children pay taxes?
No.
Then they are not a part of our world.
They're
You
a tax
shut up.
burden.
They are not a burden.
Yes, they are. They are a tax burden. I can show you the IRS code.
They're worth it.
That's debatable. But I'll give you that. I'll cede you the point that we could debate that.
Rob, you need to get a lot of money really quick and be able to spend a lot of it so I can enjoy my life a little bit more. Because I think you should build a theater like this along with a grocery store right next to it that has the same rules. A video store next to that. Same rules.
You see, you know what? This is the extension of the what do they call them now? Active adult communities, where you can't even buy a home unless you're 55 or older.
Right.
Now, why did they create those communities? Because people in their golden years don't want children around, except when they want them around, when they visit their grandchildren, when they would allow their grandchildren. That's why they created those communities. And if you look around in the Sacramento area, we build not just housing communities but entire communities. The Lincoln Hills community is not only a housing community; they've got grocery stores up there, also that people could choose when they expose themselves to children. What you are suggesting, Arnie, could be the extension of that. Only we lower the age limit. This is for the 20 to 50 crowd that doesn't want kids around. Just another opportunity.
It's not the only reason, the sole purpose that they created adult communities. Other reasons so they could be around other people that were retired, living the same type of lifestyle they are, and not other young married couples around that maybe don't even have children, just having a community where you're around your peers, basically, not just because of kids.
No, but the overwhelming reason they were created is to allow them to have a place where small children were not prevalent.
Now we are trying to get rid of families altogether. There was a time the country embraced families. Now you guys want to be segregated from what makes this country go around, which is the American family. You are killing the American family.
You are
It's
out of your
people
mind.
like you that make me want to puke all the time, Dawn. What's so wrong with being either single or married like Rob and his beautiful wife and not having children?
Nothing.
Okay. Then why is it that we can't have stuff that we want for us? Why can't we have that stuff? Why can't we have a grocery store that doesn't allow children? I don't hate children, but why is it you have to look out for them? They're taking stuff off the shelves. Why is it not now okay that we have a movie theater and a grocery store?
We're asking for a place like that in our community. The overwhelming majority of everything else will be normal because that's what the overwhelming majority of society is. Just a place. As the movie theater in this story says, theater officials explain the new policy isn't aimed at excluding children. It's aimed at reinforcing a new adult-oriented film lifestyle, not porno. Just you go to. This is good for married couples with kids. What does a married couple that never gets out want to do more than anything when they have the opportunity? Get a babysitter, go out, and not be around kids. Their own and anyone else's. They get to go to this one. I mean, poor married couple. Just getting by. Good middle-class family. They get their one night out, and they wind up at a movie theater with some other parent. Oh, that was a nice escape. This is a great opportunity for them.
You don't even care.
No, I don't care. Okay. I don't care.
All right,
but they can use it.
Suppose maybe my problem is I'm looking at the big picture. And the big picture, it's just sad that because there are so many horrible parents that are creating horrible children, that now more and more of society is hating children because of the horrible parents, and all the good families out there are now being clumped in with that group, and it's harder and harder for them to do what they need to get done because of these crappy families, and now we don't even want to be around them. And there was a time that it was a pleasant experience, and we embraced the American family, and all was good, and we all can cohabitate in the same areas. And now it's gotten to a point, because of the crappy parents, you all want to be segregated.
Oh, I see. When you want to flash back to the way America was in the 50s, it's okay, because that's what you just described. But when I want to use the 50s as an example of why Dawn syndrome, the asinine policy of people interfering in your business when you're out in public, it's not valid, because you just described the way our society should be. Just like I describe it when we bring up people who, for no reason, talk to you out in public. But, well, get over it. It's not the 50s. It's never going to be the 50s. Just be part of society or get out of it. I see how you work now.
This was the 70s as well. I remember growing up as a child, and families was all it was about.
Please.
We all were as happy as can be.
Please, we all know that the end of our society began in the 60s with the bug eaters. You just haven't caught up to you yet in the 70s.
There have been these terrible, bad families ever since the 70s, with the kids crying in movie theaters, running around grocery stores, yanking stuff off shelves, getting in the way, and finally now we've had enough. Isn't that what we're supposed to do as a people, is evolve? And now we've evolved, and now this is a bad idea that we have one. It's not like we're giving families one theater to go to. We're the ones getting the short end of the stick. This theater's probably going to be on the other side of Cucamonga. Mm-hmm. And we're going to have to drive there to enjoy a movie.
Hello, Russell.
Russell?
All right, let's try. Hello, Robert. Good morning, Robert.
Good morning.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, I was at the theaters this weekend, and I just had this little kid just kicking the back of my seat. I had to turn around twice and tell him not to do that. And the worst thing was his mother was sitting right next to me. She didn't do a damn thing.
Yeah, and the parents, and I appreciate Dawn pointing out that that's where the problem is. In this story, which we'll post at robarnieanddawn.com, because the movie theater on Friday when they opened it in Kansas, they turned away. Because they had announced it, and they turned away families that showed up. Sorry, no more kids. Here you go. Gigi Lanier showed up with her 4-year-old son, Darian, and they were turned away at the box office. Here's what she says about the new policy. I think it's stupid. If you're going to have movies, it's not, listen to this, it's not the little kids that will fuss. It's the teenagers.
Shut up.
I can understand at night not letting them in, but during the day, no one is here. Really? I'm there during the day.
Amen.
And you're so full of that. You know why she says that? Because she has a little kid, and her little sweetheart, her little angel would never fuss. And this is an example of what Dawn's talking about, the bad parents that have forced us into this terrible situation.
I've even tried. I try to go to the late showings on the weekends, the 10 or the even 11 o'clock showings of movies. 11 o'clock showings of movies. And what's sitting behind me or right next to me? Awful. Some little kid.
That's terrible.
Exactly.
That's terrible.
That's why I'm asking for my own theater.
Look, we all don't like bad parents. We all don't like the kids that kick the chairs and make a bunch of noise. What I don't like are their parents. I don't get pissed at the child. Their parent has trained them to be a brat. And here's what this new theater, here's what your nice new little communities are going to do, Rob and Arnie, that exclude kids. When that bad parent gets a babysitter for their brat, they're going to be able to enjoy all the areas where the kids aren't. You see, it doesn't punish the bad parents, it punishes the kids. who it's their parents' fault they're the way they are. Because those bad...
What? How are the kids punished in your example?
Because the kids aren't allowed in this theater. But if that bad parent wants to drop their kid off or just leave their kid home alone and enjoy this kid-friendly theater, they can. These bad parents aren't learning a lesson. It's not, teaching them anything.
I'm not doing it to teach them anything. I'm doing it to regain our control of society. And I still don't see how the kids are punished. The kids have theaters. The parents can drop their kids off at the kid-friendly theater. Let the staff watch them. That's how they do it anyways, isn't it?
Do you know who's punished here? No matter what? It's the people who want to go to the adult-only theater. Those are the people being punished because, like I said, you're going to have to drive to BFE to go to this theater. You're going to have to drive out of your way. But you're willing to do that even though it's punishment to you. Now, if you decide to go to the family-friendly theater, you're going to get punished because there's some goddamn kid there kicking the back of your goddamn seat.
Hello, Jay. Good morning.
God damn it.
Hey. Don is, the parents have kind of slipped. It makes it tough because, but it's society in general. And it's, back when we were kids, it's the whole it takes a village to raise a kid deal. Every parent on the block used to be able to spank me. Right. It was all everybody. You could yell at a kid, you could tell them stop doing something. Now your own parent can't tell you to stop doing something without you calling 800 number.
Oh yeah, no. Look, I don't think any of us disagree with what's caused the problem. It's just Dawn. It's so sad. Oh, this is awful.
It is.
Hello, Stacy. Good morning.
You should include children everywhere.
How are you guys?
Good, Stacy. How are you?
I'm doing great. Hey, listen, I'm a mother of 2 boys, and the last thing I want to do is go to a movie theater where I have to deal with kids. If you don't have a babysitter, then you don't need to be going to a movie.
Are you a parent?
I am a parent, and you know what? Wow. If you want to, take your kids to a kid movie. But I don't want to spend my free time because God knows that when I get to go to a movie, I don't want to hear people and their goddamn kids and cell phones.
I understand. Thank
There's
you,
nothing
Stacey.
I hate worse than when a kid's movie opens the same time a movie on a Friday that one of my movies opens. And I look in the paper and you look at the kids' movie. Why are they showing this kids' movie, an animated movie, at 10:40? At night?
That is dopey.
Why are they showing that? And why are there a bunch of kids there at that movie theater? I know it's because of bad parents, but it's because we can't exclude children from anything. They're kids. They're people, too. They have to be able to go everywhere. We're going to let strip clubs let kids in, but the girls are going to dance with tops on. That's when you're going to see me pick it.
Yes, it is.
That movie at 10:40, it's probably actually on at 10:40 because you can't tell the kid no that he wasn't able to get into the movie that day because everything was sold out during the good times.
Hello, Michelle. Good morning.
Good morning. I want to complain about kids in restaurants, that their parents let them run all over while you're trying to have a nice dinner.
Yeah. Well, now, Michelle, there are, here's I guess this is the answer. There are some of your finer 5-star restaurants around the nation, a lot of New York City restaurants do this, that don't allow children. I mean, those already exist. They will tell you when you try to make reservations there are no children in their party, 12 or over, that kind of thing. But they are rare, and they are very expensive to go to. So I guess that's the price you pay if you want to go somewhere where there are no kids. And with the explosion of family-style restaurants, which now include steakhouse chains and everything else for the most part, that you're not gonna get away from it. And it doesn't change what Dawn's making the point over and over again. It is the parents' fault and society's fault for allowing the parents to get this way.
Oh, we would get our butts beat.
Oh, yeah.
If we even got out of our seat at the restaurant, we wouldn't even think to run around. We wouldn't even think to make a noise. The big one is the kids standing up and looking over at the next table. Oh, there's no way. Our butts sat right where we were. We shut up so the adults could talk, unless we all were talking, obviously, but we did not fuss, cry, nothing. And the moment we did, our butts were outside. Oh, and there was never a mess under the table. When I waitressed, I cannot tell you how many messes. I was so appalled by how messy people would leave. They would just leave, and they'd leave it like that. It was disgusting. It was like somebody took a garbage can and threw it underneath the table.
And the parents now, they get so uptight when you tell their kid to sit down. If the kid's over the booth looking at you, I tell them to sit down, sit down.
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
And the parent looks at you like,
wait, you're not the parent of this kid. Neither are you.
Hello, Dave. Go ahead.
Good morning. How are you?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, I think it's a great idea that they have a theater like this. I'm a parent of 3 myself, and, good parents and bad parents, there are a lot of those. But I think that the best part of it is once a week that we can get out and go do our own thing. I mean, it's part of a break. It's a good relationship if you have a break.
Yeah. Thank you, Dave. By the way, for those of you wondering, this theater doesn't show any movies geared towards kids like Finding Nemo or Rugrats, because theaters have to bid for which movies they get, and they are polite enough to say, well, obviously, they show, right now they're showing Terminator 3, The Hulk, Legally Blonde 2, and 28 Days Later. So if you want to see those movies, got to go to Kansas.
God bless those
You don't want Kansas.
Rob, Arnie, and Dawn.
Hey, what kind of language is that?
The Rob, Arnie, and Dawn Show. 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 And Dawn Show.